Hello students, today's topic is polymerase chain reactions. It's shortly known as PCR. That means P stands for polymerase, C stands for chain and R stands for reaction. It's shortly termed as PCR. So, what is the aim of this polymerase chain reactions or PCR? So, main goals of this PCR, that is polymerase chain reaction, is to make enough of largest DNA region that it can be analyzed or used in some other field or in some other way, so that when we have a small quantity or small numbers of DNA fragments, but we need to follow different techniques for our research or for our investigations. So, if we can copy this DNA which you need to research, so it will be helpful. That's why we need this polymerase chain reactions. Otherwise, those animals or plants which are endangered, when we research this kinds of plants or animals which are endangered, we need this DNA for a frequent times. So, if we create a clones of this DNA or genetic materials, we need not to be collect frequently by harming those endangered animals or plants, right? And here you can see the molecular photocopy is the another terms of PCR. That means photocopy means it creates a copy, a duplicate copy. So, that's why PCR creates a photocopy or a specific DNA, right? DNA is a molecular substance, that's why it's called molecular photocopying. This mechanism is called molecular photocopying, right? Technically, when we say the definitions of PCR or what is PCR, the polymerase chain reactions or PCR is a fast and inexpensive techniques used to amplify, that means copying small fragments of DNA. So, it is the fast and inexpensive techniques by which we can amplify or copy segments of DNA. Because of significant amounts of a sample of DNA are necessary for molecular and genetic analysis, studies of isolated piece of the DNA are nearly impossible without PCR amplifications. As I said before, we need this DNA fragments or copy for further analysis, genetical analysis, studies, isolation piece of this particular isolation piece of DNA, right? For running this process, we need a machine, that is PCR machines. It's also known as thermocycler. The term thermocyclers included two different sub things, that is thermo and cyclers. Thermo is always related to the temperatures and cyclers that relates with the circular motions. That means in this thermocycler machines, there is a process involved that relate with the temperature cyclings, right? As you see in the picture, it is a thermocycler machines which have a displayers and also a maze and a covering plate. With the displayers, there is a input device by which we can input or we can prefix the temperatures or maintain the temperatures or inside the temperatures. This process or these machines depends or this kind of machines depends on the DNA sequence, as because we have to prefix the temperatures according to the DNA sequence of the particular DNA which we need to clone or which have to clone. Next, what are the components or component required for the PCR, that is polymerase chain reaction? First of all, that is PCR tubes. You can see in the picture, this is a PCR tubes which is specifically made for the maze of thermocycler. As you can see in the pictures of thermocyclers, there is presence of some meshes, and this particular PCR tubes is specific for those meshes. Next, the target DNA, which is consists a sequence of amplified nucleotides. A sequence of amplifieds. Next, the enzyme, that is Taq enzymes, but Taq polymerase enzymes, right? It's almost same like the DNA polymerase. Next, the nucleotides. Obviously, we need some nucleotides for extending or cloning the DNA particles or DNA strands. Next, the reaction buffers. This reaction buffers used as a vehicles or a medium for this PCR techniques. Next, we need some primer. Some means two primers we needed. That is, one type is forward and another is backward. And this primers always binds with the 3-hydroxyl end of the DNA strand. And next we need the mineral oils, which is also necessary or needed for this procedures. And we need some kinds of ions, that is magnesium ions. So as you see in these pictures, we need a PCR tubes and a target genes, Taq polymerase, nucleotides, primer, buffer, and minerals, oils, and ions. So not only the Taq polymerase, there are also some another enzymes which is used in this PCR. Those enzymes are called His-stable polymerase. So Taq polymerase is isolated from Thermus aquaticus, and PFU polymerase, which is another type of enzymes which is used in PCR, it's obtained from Pyrococcus furiosus. And the next one, that is Vent polymerase, that is obtained from Thermococcus litoris. And this Vent polymerase is rarely used, but in comparison to Taq polymerase, the PFU polymerase is greater His-stable or better His-stable than Taq polymerase. So why we used or why Taq polymerase is so popular in case of PCR? As because it has its half-life that is less than 5 minutes, but retention activity of these enzymes up to 90 minutes at the temperatures of 95 degree centigrade. That is very high temperature. In this high temperatures, it is very tough to stable for our enzymes. But the Taq polymerase retain their activity up to 40 minutes in these conditions. That means in 95 degree centigrade. So that's why it's so much popular or preferably used for the PCR techniques. Before entering into the process, we need something necessary, that is knowing the sequence of DNA which we need to clone, and the second one, that is primer designs. So what is the necessary point we need to clear? That is the length of the primer. Length should be small. Length of the primer should be small. Next, GC contents. That means G and C are the nucleotides. GC contents depends on the strength of the primer. When we have a large number of GA in the presence in the primers, this sequence indicate we need a high temperature for this procedures. Next, number 3, the complementary. So that means the primer used for the particular DNA, it obviously complementary with the specific or particular DNA. So that means we need a similar types of nucleotide presence in the primer. Next, number 4, that is melting temperatures. As I said before, the GC contents is indicate that more number of GC contents indicate it's necessary of high temperature to extend the DNA strand, right? So melting temperature is essential. And next, must not self complementary. That means when a particular primer is similar to the another primer, that is the one is the front primers and one is the backward primer. When a similarity found between this forward and backward primers, those primers can create the primer dimers creations or primer complementations, right? They can combine. So we have to avoid this. In case of melting points, if the primer have higher melting point than the DNA, so it would be a problematic for this process or for this PCR techniques. So we have to take care about the melting point or melting temperatures of this primer, right? Here you can see in this pictures, that is the primer, that is front primers and the backward primers, which is attached in the 3' positions of the DNA primers or DNA strand, and it can create the extend the DNA strand. This orange color and the green colors combinations are the primers, and the blue color combinations are the DNA. So this is the final thing, that is the procedures, right? In this process we need, as you can see, the DNA sample which we need to clone, and the primers, 2 types of primers, and one is forward primers and another is backward primers, and we need some nucleotides like G, C, A, T. We need a PCR tubes and also a mixed buffer. It's mixed with the mineral oils and ions. And the most important thing, that is Taq polymerase. Then what we need to do, all those things, that's polymerase, buffer mixtures, primers, DNA samples and nucleotides, put into this PCR tubes. After putting into this PCR tubes, this tubes insert into this thermal cycler machines. After inserting the PCR tubes into this thermal cyclers, the process is running. There are 3 steps in this process. First, denaturings, second, annulings, and the third one, that is extension. It is a very quick process or very quick cycle. So see here, the first cycle, that is denaturings, it takes about 1 minute and the temperature needed is almost 95 degrees plus minus 1. So in this process or in these steps denaturings, the proteins are denatured. At this high temperatures, all kinds of proteins can denature. It's 95 degrees centigrades. It's a very high temperature, very high temperatures. In those temperatures, the proteins can denature. You can see here, the proteins denatures. It is the DNA proteins and it denatures at the positions of 95 degrees centigrades. So next procedure, that is held on 45 to 55, right? Around 55 plus minus 2, maybe plus minus 2. In these conditions, those denatures proteins or denatures DNA protein combined with those primers that is already present in this PCR tubes. Those primers, front primers and the backward primers combines with this denatures protein, that is DNA. It takes about 45 seconds. Next procedure, that is extensions. This process takes about 2 minutes and the temperature is needed almost 72 degrees centigrade plus minus 1. Here what is going on, that is synthesis of new strand, that means extending of this primer which is parallel with those mother DNA, right? And this cycles is going on for 40 to 45 times and create the desired DNA clone. As you see here, what is the difference between the rDNA technology, that is recombinant DNA technology, and PCRs? In case of rDNA technology or recombinant DNA technology, where hybridization process is going on. In case of PCR technology, it's only the copying of DNA, right? In case of rDNA technology, we need vectors for transferring the hybrid genes into the host cells. In case of PCR, this kinds of vector is not needed. So, what are the advantages of this process? First of all, it is fast and rapid process, very quick process. Next, number 2, easy to perform. It is very easy to perform. So, when we perform this process, just enter those kinds of primers, enzymes into the PCR tubes, and this tubes put into the machines, that is thermocyclone. Next, number 3, amplifications of DNA from minute sample is possible. As I said before, amplifications of DNA from a very minute samples, it's possible to amplify. Next, number 4, robust, that means it is possible to make DNA from degrade samples. We can create a DNA clone from a degrade samples, right? Next, what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages, first and very important disadvantage is must have knowledge about the DNA sequence. That means the DNA sequence knowledge is very necessary. Those DNA sequence which we have to clone, previously we need the knowledge of this sequencing. Otherwise, we can't create a primer. So, next, which is very important for this procedure, primers is very much important for this process. And next, number 2, the chance of contaminations. Yes, there is a chance of contaminations. And the last in the list, that is application. What are the applications of PCRs? That is, first, in pathogen detections or detection of specific microorganisms. By this PCR techniques, we can detect some specific microorganisms which can produce our disease. And number 2, in paleontology, in gene therapy, and next the GNA fingerprintings. In GNA fingerprintings in forensic labs, that is very much importance for the PCR technology. And number 5, that is identifications or diagnosis of specific mutations. By this PCR technique, we can identify or we can find the mutations of different species. And next, the parenteral diagnosis, by which we can identify or we can diagnose the fetal's disease or fetal's complications which it's carried, right? So, that's all. Hope this video will be helpful to you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe my channel for future updates.